Sharp model interpretation is one of the mostly used model interpretation technique in industry, and it leverage game theory to explain the contribution of each features towards prediction. Now we will take one concrete example to understand what it means. So here I have taken two instances of the credit card churn dataset where we need to use these feature values to explain the target outcome. And here my target outcome is iteration flag, which can have value like existing customer or the customer who has churned. And now we'll see how we can use game theory to explain the model prediction. Okay, so if we consider row number 1 as game 1 and row number 2 as game 2. Okay, and just assume that all the features values are like player, and this is my prize money amount, right? So whatever the probability value will have for this iteration flag, we'll assume that that's the prize money amount. And in order to get the desired outcome, all these feature values need to collaborate with each other, right? So here I need to explain the prediction of the row number 1, so which in this case is team 1. And during the prediction time, all the feature values for row number 1 would interact differently with each other, right? So that's the reason we'll have different probability score for different rows, right? Because it depends upon what values it contains and how it interacts with each other. And we can very easily relate it with any game where each players will have different skill set, and any outcome will depend upon how the group of players will interact with each other, right? Because that will decide your target outcome. So take an example of football. So how each players will interact with each other will decide the final outcome, which is the goal in this case for the football example. Sharp internally use Shapley value as a method for assigning different prize money amount to different players depending upon their contribution. So in context of our problem statement, we can see this as a feature weight, right? So whatever feature weight Shapley value will assign to each features will depend upon their contribution toward the target outcome, right? So how much probability score would be increased or decreased based on any feature value, and that would be determined by Shapley value method, which is based on the game theory concept. We will take a very simple example to understand how it's calculated. So here I'm taking 4 different features x1, x2, and x3 and x4 for explaining my model output. Okay, and these two are the very important concepts. So the first one is the baseline value. So baseline value is nothing but it's a mean of all the prediction against my training data. Okay, and that's the actual outcome of my data instance. So here in this case 40%. So 40% is the probability score for customer churn. Okay, and using Shapley value we need to explain this difference, how each feature will contribute so that we can reach the prediction from 0.15, which is 15%, to 40%. So we need to explain this difference. Okay, so let's see how it happens. So once we'll add feature x1, the probability score will increase from 15% to 20%. That's the contribution this feature will have. But once we'll add feature x2, the probability score will increase from 20% to 30%. Right? So at this point of time, my model has seen x1 and x2. And that has increased the customer churn probability from 20% to 30%. Let's add one more field, x3. And after adding x3, we have seen a large jump in the probability score, right? So it has gone from 30% to 50%. But once we added the last feature, which is x4, the probability score has been decreased by 10%. So my 50% has gone down to 40%, and that's the my actual outcome, right? So that's the contribution we have in terms of getting this final prediction value. But here, what we have assumed that x1, x2, x3, and x4, the feature value will come in this sequence. But in practice, it can have different combination of all these feature values, right? So it can have factorial 4, which is equivalent to 24 possible series. So let's take another series. So that's the example of first series. If we'll consider second possible option in which my feature value enter to the model for making any prediction, it can have this combination also x1, and here I am taking second feature as x3 and then x2 and x4, right? And once we'll consider this sequence, the probability score would be 0.50, which is 50%, right? So we have seen that these sort of differences we can see if we'll change the order of all the feature values, right? Because order is important. So during the calculation of Shapley value, what it will do, it will consider all the possible series. So in this case, we'll have 24 possible series considering we have 4 features. It will average out each feature contribution over all the possible feature ordering. And that's the actual value of the feature contribution, right? So x1 will have contribution for all the possible 24 series, and will average it out. It will have one final value which we'll call as Shapley value. Okay, so what is Shapley value? Shapley value tells us how to fairly distribute the prize money, so in this case the prediction probability among all the features, right? So that we know the importance of each feature towards its probability score for customer churn. Okay, so that's the definition of Shapley value, and that's the way Shape internally use it to calculate it. Now we'll see how Sharp provide these sort of information to the end user. So whenever you will try to explain your model prediction with the help of Sharp, you'll find this sort of information. Okay, so this is nothing but it's a compact representation of what we have seen here, right? So here we have seen 2 different series and how each feature contributes towards its outcome, right? Because some value will increase the prediction value and some value will decrease the prediction value, right? But here we have only considered 2 different series. But in practice, it will have 24 possible series, right? For these 4 set of features. And Sharp simply considers all those different series and provide the feature impact in the form of Shapley value in a very compact manner. And that's what we have seen in the below diagram. I will try to explain what each value represents and how we need to read this information. So here the first thing is base value, right? So this is my baseline value, which is nothing but it's the mean for all the prediction over my data, right? So that's the number it's talking about. And next we have another number which is 0.94, and this is by actual prediction, right? So that the same way which we have just seen here, right? The baseline value and the actual prediction. And what Shape will try to explain this difference, how each feature will contributes to reach prediction from my this baseline value to the actual outcome, actual prediction, right? So that's the difference Shape will explain. Okay. The other thing you will notice, it has 2 different color. One is red and the another one is blue, right? So red color represents all those features which will contribute towards increasing the prediction value, right? So if we just look this example, so these are these features which will increase your prediction value, right? And the width of each feature value which will represent its impact, right? So if you look carefully for all the feature values, you'll find that these total relations of count has more width. So that means it has more impact towards increasing the probability score, which is 0.94. So that's the meaning of this red color. Then we have blue color, which represents all those feature values which will contribute towards decreasing the prediction value, right? So it's similar to this feature X4, which will contribute toward decreasing the prediction value, right? So in this way, we would be able to understand which features are more important and how they are contributing towards its prediction value. In next video, we will explore Sharp package in detail and we'll see what sort of functionality it additionally provides so that we can understand the prediction output in a more effective way so that we can convey a right set of information to the end user. Okay, so that's it for now. Thanks for watching it.